Howdy, my amigos and amigas. How are you doing? So, I have the opportunity to do open mic tonight, and I may do it. I might go to open mic tonight. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should or shouldn't? Do you guys think I should do open mic tonight, or do you think I shouldn't do it? I gotta prepare, and I don't feel like preparing. You know what I mean, guys? But like they say, like Gary Burr says, love is out there and you got to go get it. So first joke, erotic story about September 11th. So erotic story about 9/11. Okay, what's another joke I could do? Hey Dan, I'm thinking about doing open mic tonight. What's good? Not a whole lot is good. But I'm thinking about going there and doing some stand-up comedy, yeah. What are some of your favorite jokes of mine that I could do? God the Magic Apple. That's a good one. I could do God the Magic Apple. Like a child playing as a superhero. What's another joke I could do? So I'll practice these three jokes. So I took an English class many years ago, and the topics were like stories that took place in American history, like slavery, African American slavery, September 11th, World War II, and so on. And I'm thinking to myself, and the professor said, you could, based on the passages you read, you could write anything. It could be funny, it could be clever, it could be creative. And he turns to an attractive woman in the class and he says, it could be erotic. How could you write an erotic story about September 11th? It's like one of the topics like you literally cannot write an erotic story about. It's like the opposite of erotic. When the plane came crashing into the building, I saw my soulmate, and we had a burning and steamy affair. No, it's a life and death situation. September 11th, no matter how hard you try, you cannot write an erotic story about September 11th. And I know what the guy was trying to say. He was trying to say, I'm the open-minded professor. You could write anything you'd like, you know. You could write about anything. It could even be erotic if you want. I won't be fazed. But yeah, yeah, I should try writing a story. And I saw a really attractive woman. And me and her, as the buildings were tumbling, we got down and we got steamy and we got it. Like, it's like you can't write a fucking erotic story about September 11th. So God the Magic 8-Ball. You know what kind of peeves me? You know, religious people tend to get messages from God. And they come, it's basically ideas of reference delusions. So if you aren't familiar with what a magic 8-ball is, you shake it up and it gives you a random yes or no. So I'm going to shake my magic 8 ball right now. Am I going to be rich and famous? Yes. Am I going to be a big celebrity soon? Seems very likely. I've been involuntarily celibate for far too long. Magic 8 ball. Am I going to have sex soon? It seems to feel that way. Basically, people that's exactly what people who get messages from God are like. It's like the magic 8 ball. Magic 8 ball. Will I be going to the promised land with Taylor Swift, and we'll be living in Wonderland together with riding gigantic cats? Seems very likely. You're going to be in Wonderland with Taylor Swift very soon. So, that's exactly what God the Magic 8 ball is like. So some people say I'm like a child who's playing as a superhero. I have no adult responsibilities, and I'm running around the backyard, I'm running around my apartment like a superhero. I'm fighting the nefarious evil supervillains. Some people say, Andrew, when your mother gets older and stops enabling your fantasy land, when she stops enabling Wonderland and your Joanne Greenberg land, you're going to be off Schitt's Creek without a paddle. You're going to be screwed, Andrew. Well, you know what? She doesn't know. Social media is my ticket to riches and fame. Social media is my ticket to superstardom. Social media is not my ticket to pouring my life down the drain. It's my ticket to the big time. It's my ticket to being a billionaire. Okay, those are 3 jokes. What are some other jokes I can do? Let's look back at my comedy. What will I be doing a year from today? Blaming Barack Obama. So some people ask me, what am I going to be doing a year from today? Right now, I'm frustrated that I'm not rich and famous. I'm frustrated that I'm not a billionaire and I'm not a movie star. What am I going to be doing a year from today? Well, I get delusions that my family worked for the Obama campaign, but they kept it secret. It's a delusion. So what I'm going to say is, Obama is the reason I'm not rich and famous. They were stifling me. They were putting the kibosh on me because, the Democratic Party didn't want to associate with me. And that's the reason I'm not rich. That's the reason I'm not famous. So I bet you a year from today, November 1st, 2025, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be sitting in my room, assuming my mother is still alive, blaming Barack Obama for my shortcomings and failures. It's all Barack Obama's fault. If it wasn't for the Barack Obama presidency, my life would be rainbows and butterflies. Stop blaming Barack Obama, take accountability, and make my life happen. So that's a joke. The hand I've been dealt. Let's try this one. So some people say I should be upset by the hand I've been dealt. I should say my life couldn't have gone much worse. Why me? But you know what? I have 2 fully functional hands. I am grateful for the hand I've been dealt. If it wasn't for my hand, I wouldn't get much, I can eat food with my hands. I can, rub my head with my hands. There's a lot I can do with my hand. I am grateful for the hand I've been dealt. Yes, I don't really have friends. Yes, I don't have romance. Yes, I don't have much of a life. I don't have freedom or financial independence, but I am grateful for the hand I've been dealt. I have a fully functional hand. I am grateful for my hands. If I just had feet, for example, what would I do? I don't know. I mean, I guess I would have to eat food with my feet. So I am grateful for the hand I've been dealt. Pete says, what's going on, androids? He is back. Yeah, man. So I could try beer is good for the hair. So when I was younger, I was an idiot. I was naive, I was gullible, and I went to a work party with my father when I was in elementary school. And there were people from his work that were drinking, and they said to my father, Bob, have a beer, drink, And my father's like, no, I'm here with my son, I can't drink. And a woman poured beer in my father's hair. And being a curious, naive little kid, I'm like, Dad, why did she pour beer in your hair? And my father said, just quickly explaining it away without going into detail that she was drunk. He said, beer is good for the hair. So I believed well into my high school years, even college years, that beer was actually good for the hair. And I'm not even joking. I'm dead serious. I believed older than I should have that beer was like a product that you could put in your hair and lather in your hair like shampoo. And it was actually good for the hair. And, I don't know if I was a dumbass or what my problem was, why I thought beer was actually good for the hair. I guess it's because of what my father said. He told me beer was good for the hair, and I believed that longer than I should have. I'm like, oh, beer is good for the hair, Dad? Wow. Let me buy some beer and use it in the shower. What am I, an idiot? How did I not realize the woman was drunk and my dad was just whatever? Wow, I'm gonna lather beer in my hair. I was she was drunk. She wanted my father to have a beer. She probably didn't realize what she was doing. In hindsight. I'm gonna try this one. Mom, get to the point. No, this isn't a good joke, but I could try it anyway. So, have any of you had a conversation with anybody who just doesn't get to the point of their story and it's frustrating? So my mom, for example, she'll go on these long rants. She'll say, there was a story on the TV and there was this woman and she was an elderly woman and she met this man. I'm like, okay, Mom, what's the point of the story? She's like, wait, I'm getting to that. And the man, he befriended the elderly woman and he was like the elderly woman's relative. I'm like, Mom, what's the point? She said, wait, I'm getting to that. And the elderly woman loved the man. And they got really involved with one another. And, they would go out to dinner together and the man became like a family member. And the woman was single and she didn't have a husband and she was lonely. I'm like, Mom, what's the point of your story? She's like, all right, I'm getting to that. The point is, the man stole the woman's money and he disappeared and he flew off to another country. I'm like, that's all you had to say. You had to say there was an elderly woman. The man stole her money and he flew away. I didn't want to hear a long-winded rant about what you saw on the news. I wanted to hear just the meat and potatoes, cut to the chase, So my mom, when my grandmother was alive, she did a lot more with my grandma. And, my mom went on a rant to me and she says, I got a question about your aunt. I was supposed to go to a clothing store with your Aunt Kathy today. And my mom says, I do a lot with your aunt, but, I do a lot with grandma, but my aunt, fuck this joke. I'm scrapping this joke. But basically the gist of the joke is, My mom says, your aunt went to the clothing store with somebody else. Would you be hurt that she went to a clothing store with somebody else? I'm like, I don't know, Mom. Just ask the question. I don't feel like going on a long-winded rant here. It's too hard to set up. Too difficult to set up, and it's not even that funny. I could try the Ice Cream Man. So how many people have suspicions about the Ice Cream Man? The Ice Cream Man in our neighborhood hasn't done anything too nefarious, but I suspect he's a creep. I suspect the Ice Cream Man's going to do something. I don't know. When I go get my smooth ice cream from him, I just get a bad vibration from the Ice Cream Man. I realize he's a registered Ice Cream Man. He had to go to Ice Cream Man University. But I think the Ice Cream Man's a creep. He's a freak. There's just something unsettling about the Ice Cream Man. I don't like the Ice Cream Man, you know? I think the Ice Cream Man's a creep. The Ice Cream Man's a freak. Yeah, that's a good one. The Ice Cream Man is very unsavory. I don't like the Ice Cream Man. He hasn't done anything quite yet, but I don't like the Ice Cream Man. Lord's writing credit. Let's try this one. So I don't like people who credit the Lord with, creating artwork or scoring a hockey goal. I was watching a hockey game, and there was a hockey player who is, and he said, I scored a goal tonight, and thankfully the Lord was with me, and I scored my first goal in the NHL. I'm thinking to myself, no, you had talent. You scored the goal yourself. The Lord did not help you score a goal. I listen to musicians who create masterpiece albums, more specifically Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. And he's like, I couldn't have done any of this without God, And I'm thinking to myself, you worked hard, you trained, you weren't getting some divine power from God, You created the album yourself. I hate people. So you know what? I'm going to say I couldn't have created any of my social media content without the Lord. The Lord was with me. The Lord is my co-writer. So, if I say this was written by Andrew Kolosky and God, would my co-writing credit go to the church? I don't want to give my money to that pedophile organization. So you know what? Maybe I'm just going to say I'm the sole writer. I don't want to give my money to God. That's like a Vince McMahon joke, by the way. Shawn Michaels and God versus Vince and Shane McMahon. But I don't know. It's true, though. It's true. I hate people who attribute and contribute their success to God, I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that one. It's an idea. The Lord was with me when I wrote this. Or maybe I won't even do the open mic tonight. It's just a real sausage fest there. It's a real sausage fest there, and I'm not going to meet a cute woman. I'm just gonna. I don't feel like sitting through other people's comedy acts. So maybe I won't even go tonight. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go to NAMI bowling tomorrow. Maybe just go to NAMI bowling tomorrow. So what do you guys think? Do the open mic or... I know my father said do the open mic, but... So he says, go to the open mic and live stream it. Let's see if anybody texted me and is anybody's doing the open mic tonight. Somebody says, do the open mic gets you out of the house, and that's a good thing. Yeah, that's true. But I get ideas of reference that all the people are, referencing me with their stand-up acts, and it's just not really. It's not really that fun for me. Maybe I'll just do the bowling tomorrow. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do the open mic? Don't do the open mic? So he says, "Oh, come on, do the open mic. Do the open mic." He says, "Open mic, Andrew. Open mic." I'm trying to talk myself out of it now. I don't know. So he says, "How do you expect to be talent scouted otherwise?" That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, just go there and do some jokes. Just go there and do some jokes. All right, you guys convinced me. I'm gonna do the open mic tonight. It's the first time in a while. Go there, do some open mic, do some jokes. Yeah, man. There could be a bigwig in the audience, and you might be just what he's after. You never know. Stranger things have happened. You're not going to find that by sitting in your room, Okay, so let's rearrange these jokes. Okay, so what should I start off with? What joke should I start off with? Erotic story about 9/11. About 9/11. Okay, that's the first one. God the Magic 8 Ball. That's a good one. Like a child playing as a superhero. What will I be doing a year from today? Blaming Barack Obama. Okay. The hand up and dealt. Beer is good for the hair. Lord writing credit. Ice cream man. And one more joke. One more joke. Somebody says, thanks, Obama. The reason Andrew's not famous is your fault. It's your fault, Obama. I guess get to the point. I guess I could throw get to the point on the set list. It's a joke I could try, but I can tweak it a little bit. Okay, get to the point. Ah. That would be the last joke if I get that far. Okay, so I got my set list for tonight. I can do open mic. So do it. So do it. Go out there. You never know. There might be a big talent scout. And you might get the dream you're after. Okay, guys. Adios, amigos and amigas.